Hey YouTube, it's JR. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but I just haven't felt like doing a video lately. So here we are. I'm gonna do another update. I don't think I went in depth into the interior last video, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick 360 before I start talking, so you get kind of a good idea of the space in here. From floor to ceiling, it's about 50 inches, somewhere around there. So I can almost completely stand up. If I do stand up, I just have to tilt my head down. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's me. So this is a 6.5 foot bed. I think 5 foot wide, but this is the space I have in here. And I'll go ahead and start talking, starting over here. I'm gonna try and keep this under 20 minutes. The last take I did, I was at 16 minutes and I was just babbling on because I lost my train of thought. So I just installed this yesterday. It's Thursday now. It's gonna be Friday tomorrow. I got drill this weekend, so I'm here in Augusta, here in Lake Thurmond. So I thought I might get some peace and quiet before it gets hectic tomorrow. It's kind of windy outside, so I'm gonna be inside because if I stand outside, all you hear is just the wind blowing. So I'll start right here. I got this hitch rack from Lowe's. I replaced the one from Walmart because it just sucked completely. I started bending in the middle, so like that side sagged because the box was on it, and then every time I stepped on it, it felt like a seesaw. This is about 70 bucks, definitely worth the money. Big upgrade from the Walmart brand. It's all one piece except for that bar right there. There's a bolt that goes through, a bolt that goes through right here, and it fits really snugly in the receiver. There's no wobble whatsoever. I can step on this and yeah, it'll flex on that end, but it doesn't have that drop, that sudden drop that you get when you step on one. I did put a hitch stabilizer on it. You don't really need it, but since I had it, I put it on anyways. Let's see. I did get a new box because since I raised the cap up 12 inches, this is now a 2-foot drop from this to that. I'm gonna go ahead and close the hatch really quick. I got it open, but I can show you. Well, it kind of looks like stepping out of here. So I'll step out on here, step on there, and then off. It's kind of a big hassle trying to step from here to there since it's a 2-foot drop. Alright. It says do not stand on it, but I picked it anyways because I kind of sat on all of them, made sure they were able to carry my weight. I'm 190 now. But I only step on this for like a second. So I'll step right there, it'll be able to hold it, and it's also kind of water resistant right here. The other ones started like leaking in, started rusting all my equipment in there. I just have tools and my makeshift paint can fire in there for emergency purposes and for camping. I'll open that later on, that'll be for another video. This bag is for fishing. I was fishing over there and then I wasn't catching anything, so thought I might do a video. Alright, this tailgate, I think I mentioned last time, it was cut in size. It's got this little lip right here so that the hatch can catch itself right there. I don't think I got to talk about this guy last time. This is my water. Since I was thinking about doing a sink right there, I was thinking about all the ways I can get water, and there's that, I forgot what it's called, but it looks like a cooler with a hose on it. It runs through I don't think it runs on batteries, but it's pressurized, and you got to go to a hose or something, or a faucet to get it charged. But I went to Walmart, walking around, spent like 10 bucks on this. Took off the rod, took off the stuff that limits it, so it does a mist spray. But I use this for everything. Taking showers. I used it when we were in Lake Mead in Las Vegas to shower and to cook. Basically anything you need water for. I don't think I'm gonna do the sink anymore, just because I'm pretty minimalist, and I thought I was gonna need a sink, and I thought I was gonna be cooking, but I don't really cook in the first place, and I don't really have that much dishes to wash. All my dishes are plasticware, so I'll just throw them away. And I don't like doing dishes because my pots and pans over there are a bitch to clean. So yeah, I just use this to wash my hands and stuff. Alright, moving on. I think the coolest part about my truck is my wood floor. I mean, who else has wood flooring in their truck? Alright, so now I know I was gonna pimp this out a little bit more, and I was talking about making a sink there and having cabinets right there and something, and then overhead compartments right there. I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. This counter space kind of grown on me, and I kind of like it now, just because I've realized that I don't really need that much stuff. You can see that I barely have any stuff in there. One mistake that I made when I was first starting out, and I'm sure most of you guys that are new to this are also thinking about, what stuff do I need to have with me? How much stuff can I pack in here? So there wasn't too much information when I was first starting out. Just kind of doing researching on glamping and camping and whatever else. So I made up like a all-encompassing list of stuff that I thought I need. That's why if you go back to my very first videos, this storage place that I had before was just packed with stuff, and I just went on and on about different things that I had. I barely even use them. All my 12-volt electrical crap, I didn't even use those, so I just got rid of them. I didn't really cook much, so yeah. I used this maybe a couple times, and I haven't used it then after. I think this is my second set of propane bottles that I've used. The only time I've used them was for my Mr. Buddy heater here. Otherwise, if I do cook, I use my Jet Boil Mini Mo. I think I showed you guys that in my Florida videos, but it heats up pretty fast, and I like it. I can cook pretty much everything if I want to cook. So, yeah. I don't really use as much stuff as I thought I was, so don't make my mistake of spending your money on crap you don't need. Just think about what you're using now and how you're living, and go with that. I mean, like I said, I don't cook, so you don't see a cooler here. I don't have much food. If I do go get some food, it's stuff I can eat immediately. I used to have like that big igloo cooler right there, right? I got rid of that. I had a smaller cooler, didn't use that, so I got rid of it. On our trip to West Coast, we had like 2 coolers, but we barely used it. We barely used the stuff that's in there, and just wasted money on ice. So yeah, minimalist is the way to go. Just go with, just go in your truck, sleep in it, and if you decide you need something, then add it in there, I guess, is my biggest tip. I wish I didn't spend that much money on stuff I didn't need, because you can see here that I don't have it. Alright, I think I beat that dead horse enough. Electricity. I had the 2,000 watt generator inverter up there, and I had a 5,000 watt or 5,000 BTU window unit AC, and I had it all going through here. It worked perfectly up until we left Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, my fuel pump crapped out on me, and we were like 3 blocks away from our hotel, and crapped out. Had to park it overnight, and then had to pay a mechanic to drive to the place I had to park, excuse me, and fix it on the spot. So it cost us like 600 bucks to do that. And if you've never been to Las Vegas, it's expensive everywhere. So with that said, that whole rig I had up there worked fine up until Las Vegas. I was able to run the AC for a couple hours at a time without having the inverter trip. But once we left Las Vegas, we went down to Lake Mead and camped out on right next to the water. If you haven't seen my Instagram yet, follow me on THE_nomadic. Link will be in the description. So will my Facebook page. So if you want to friend me on there too, go ahead. So, but once we went off-roading, I think something went wrong in the AC because it started tripping the generator. And this was the only night that we absolutely needed the generator, because every other night was like in the 60s. It was awesome. It was actually kind of cold because we had to bust out the sleeping bag. We only brought sheets that was like this thin, and big mistake. So this night though, it was 104 degrees and we were really needing it, but it was tripping the generator every 15 minutes and it pissed me off so bad. The only night that we needed it. So I took it down. I was trying to fix it, trying to figure it out, but just eventually gave up on it. So both of them are in my storage and they're not up there anymore. But since it's fall, I don't really need an AC. If I do need heat, I've got that dude. But it's Georgia. It's still 80 degrees over here. This is possibly my most favorite thing in a truck now. Since I raised it up 12 inches, I can open this up and actually have air flow through here. And just having that open, have air flow through here is a big difference. Because even with the hatch open, and when I had this down 12 inches, this window was still in the way, so there was no circulation going through whatsoever, and air couldn't flow through, so that sucked. For electricity though, I still don't use that much power, so this is what I've used. If you remember this little hole right here, you know it's for AC, which doesn't work at all, and I tore the hose down, and I was gonna take this out and patch it over, but now I use it as my electricity hole. This is the same, this is the same little 12-volt plug that I have, and if you remember, I had it running through the outside of this window, through that little hole I punched through, and people were complaining about, it's gonna rub, it's gonna tear, you're gonna catch, make a fire or start a fire in your truck. It never did, but now I use this little hole to shimmy this plug into, and it works awesome for that. I can probably put more through there. Now, all I ever use is this 150 watt inverter, and it's able to power up my laptop, my cell phone, and this fan. And I'm able to run this fan for a couple hours. Like 5 hours is the most I've ever run it. I'm trying to see how far I'll drain the battery without it dying. So I can keep this on for a while, which is awesome. I've also got this if I want to charge my cell phone overnight. This doesn't take up that much juice, so there's that. Now, what else? You're probably asking about the coating. This is all spray-on. What is it? Spray-on insulation. So everything that's not the ground is sprayed on with insulation. It works awesome. The windows are all coated with. Well, I tinted it with heat-resistant tint, and it's also a privacy thing. Nobody can see in here in the daytime, and at nighttime, unless you're way out there and you can see through here and there's a light shining through the back window, you can only see my head. Otherwise, if you really want to peer in here, you'd have to press your face up against the window, and you'd have to be over 6 foot to really see in here. If I was standing up next to it, I think my head would go up to right there. So it'd be obvious, because some dude would be in here with his forehead pressed up on the window, staring in here. So I don't use that much electricity. I still use my hockey puck lights because I've got light coming in 360 degrees, and I honestly only use these for like early in the morning when down here is dark. So I just use that for a couple minutes a day, and that's that. I just recently busted this out up in North Carolina. It's starting to get chilly. Down here in Georgia though, it's still warm. So when I do have this on, I have to keep this all the way back over here. You don't need any space behind it. You do need 24 inches in front, 30 inches above it, and 6 inches on either side for it to work safely. It's only got one setting, and that is hot as balls. So with that on, I have to sit all the way up over here. I gotta have this window open, and I gotta have this window open so that I can sit right here as far away from it as possible to be comfortable. And I've got about 50, like I said, 50 inches of space from the ceiling to the floor. That's, if you're thinking about getting one of these, this is more than enough for you. You just got to be really cautious with it, because I've actually burnt a pillow because it fell in, and luckily I have a smoke detector to catch it, because I was facing that way working on something. I knocked over my pillow because that was over there. What else? Oh, trash can. Now I don't have to keep plastic bags. I got an actual trash can. Hello. Back here I got a beach umbrella. I got my stick, if you remember that. It's my walking stick, which I tried to whittle the end into like a little ball, and then it didn't turn out right. It just looked like a penis. So I re-whittled it, and now it's a sharp end on the stick. So I have a spear. I've also got a fishing rod, a little Quantum ultralight tackle, and the rest of my shoes and water. Now going in here, I don't think I really explained my bed too well. I'm still getting questions about how I was able to fit 2 people in here. So, come on. I don't think it's gonna pull out right now. I got stuff in there, keeping it stuck. But it goes all the way out here to 48 inches, and when it's locked in place, like it is now, I can get into my stuff. And this side is usually my duffel bags, my clothes and stuff like that. There's a little bar right there, kind of separating from this half to that half. Over here is all my emergency supplies and stuff. I got water, food, sleeping bag. I got MREs, and then I got my rifle in there. Now, I think that's pretty much it on the updates on the interior. If you have any questions, I'm not going to be answering them on the comments below. Don't pay attention to those. So if you do want to talk to me, ask me questions, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. The links will be in the description. And I will go ahead and see you guys later.